Hey everyone, welcome into August of 1999. We're coming up on the end of the century, the end of the millennium, and things honestly couldn't be going any better on our farm. Everything is growing absolutely fantastic, our cattle are doing amazing, and I'm very, very happy with the state of our farm currently. So we've got a lot to do here. We've got about 6 loads of feed we got to haul. We've got milk we need to get sold. We have a few head of cattle that need to get sold. We'll sell quite a few more here in another month or two. And then we also have some more baling we got to get done this month. So we have plenty to keep us busy here in the month of August. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of our chores taken care of. And then I'll catch up to you guys when we're ready to sell off the milk. All right, we've got 8,443 gallons of milk on. So we'll get this run down to the creamery, get it sold off, and adjust the price accordingly. As we're driving down here, you can see our alfalfa field looks great. Our beans look absolutely fantastic. So all of our crops are looking absolutely wonderful here for the last year of this century. So very excited for that. And our other bean field here is looking very good as well, as long as I keep the camera out of the trees here. So yeah, everything's looking just the way it should. All right, we're down here at the creamery. We'll go ahead and get this milk sold off. And we need to add $3,200. So that brings us to an even $129,000. Very, very happy with that. So we're going to head back to the home place, switch out trailers. We'll drop the milk trailer, hook up to the bull rack, and get loaded up with some cattle and head down to the sale barn to get them sold off. All right, we've got 22 head of Holsteins on here. So we're going to get these guys run down to the sale barn and get them sold off. All right, we're down here at the sale barn, so we're going to go ahead and get these 22 head sold off, and we're selling them for $62.80 per hundredweight. All right, we need to take $45,026 off. So that brings us up to $149,724. I'm very, very happy with that cattle sale. And we should be selling off, it'll either be next month or the month after, we will be selling off our Herefords out of that fat cattle lot. So we're not quite done selling cattle yet. But for this month we are. And next we'll be doing some baling. So I'll head back to the home place, get the mower all set up, and start knocking down some alfalfa. All right, we got the mower all set up and we're ready to roll. So I'm going to go ahead and do just like we did last spring. I'm going to knock out the headlands, and then I will hire up the worker to finish out doing all the straight back and forth. And while they're doing that, I will grab the 856 and the rake and go ahead and get this all tedded and raked up and ready to be baled. All right, we've got everything all mowed up. Everything's all raked up and ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and knock out this baling quick. So we'll get this fired up, get it dropped down, and we should have somewhere around 335 bales, I do believe. So this is very good. And for some reason, I don't really understand why, but it started piling up like that. And it's just random, no idea why, but we'll have a few spots like that we got to work through and work around. But all in all, this should go relatively quickly. Still very, very happy with our square baler purchase. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and knock this out, and I'll catch up to you guys when we get finished with both of these fields to see how many bales we end up with in the end. All right, we are coming up to the end here, and I definitely underguessed how many bales we were going to get by a long shot. So we ended up with 377 bales, kicked these last one out anyway. And yeah, that was... 378 bales. Yeah, quite a few more than I was expecting. So we're going to go ahead and get all of these bales picked up, get our alfalfa fertilized, and that is going to be it for the month of August. So I will catch up to you guys here in either September or October, whenever we're ready to sell cattle and or start our harvest. All right, well, I almost screwed up. I was picking up my bales and remembered it's August and I need to chop some silage, and we have not done that yet. So, got everything ready. We're all set up, and we are rolling over here in the new field that we bought this year. And yeah, we got to fill both silos, and I'm really hoping both silos will be enough to get us through another year. Not sure if it will, but definitely going to cross my fingers, because we have no other silage storage whatsoever. So what we got is what we got. So we're going to fill both silos completely full, and hopefully I can do a little better job driving here. That was terrible. And yeah, hopefully we can have enough silage to get our cattle fed for another year anyway. So we're going to hammer this chopping out as fast as we can. This Kloss Jaguar does an amazing job, and I'm guessing it's going to take quite a bit of this field to get both of those silos filled. So we're going to get rocking and rolling here, and I'll catch up to you guys in a bit and see how things are going. All right, we officially have all of our silage chopped, so we have more than enough silage, I hope, anyway, that to get our cattle fed for the rest of the year. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything cleaned up, put away, and I will catch up to you guys in either September or October. I don't think it'll be September. I'm pretty sure we're going to wait till October to sell some cattle, but it might be in September. We'll just have to see how things go here. But I'll catch up to you guys here in just a minute. Hey everyone, welcome into October. It's October of 1999, and we are ready to do our harvest. But first, as always, we need to do our chores, get our milk sold, and we have a lot of cattle to sell this month. We didn't end up selling them last month in September, so they will be sold this month, and there's rain coming. So we have a lot of work to do, not much time to do it, so we're going to get to it as fast as we can here, and I will catch up to you guys when we're ready to sell off some milk. All right, we've got 8,443 gallons on, plus quite a bit of milk left over in the barn yet for a second load. So we'll go ahead and get this run down to the creamery, get it sold off, adjust the price accordingly, and come back and do it all over again for a second load. All right, we're down here at the creamery. We'll go ahead and get this milk sold off. And we need to add $50. So that brings us up to $159,788. All right, we're back down here at the creamery, and we've got 2,732 gallons on. So we'll go ahead and get this sold off and adjust the price accordingly. And we need to add $50. All right, so that brings us up to $167,571. So with the rain coming, I think we're going to wait and sell our cattle late today. I want to try and get this harvest done before that rain hits. Probably won't happen since it's going to hit at like 2 o'clock. But I want to get as much done as we can before then. So we're going to go ahead and get everything set up and ready for harvest. All right, we got both combines rolling, and I'm going to see if I can catch up to them, hopefully before they get full. I've got the real speed limit mod rolling again. That way we can harvest as fast as we possibly can, try and get it done before this rain hits. And I'm very, very excited for how things are going. Which, you know, we just started. But so far, so good. I think if I can catch my combines, oh my God, they made it a long ways. So yeah, they're absolutely flying through the field, and I'm very excited for it. Over here, you can see, you know, our field that we did some chopping in this last month. We'll have to finish up combining that one later on, but right now, boy, trying to catch my lead combine is going to be challenging to say the least. All right, we have our first load of soybeans here. We've made it about 1.5 times around the field, give or take. So got that load pretty quick, honestly. That's good. That means we're going to have a really, really good bean yield this year, and definitely need it. Crop prices are really, really bad this year. So not sure what we're going to do, but, you know, just keep moving forward here, I guess. Go ahead, get everything combined, and hope that here in the future, prices, come back up again. But we'll go ahead and get this emptied out. We definitely will not make it back before the combines are full. Honestly, they're probably full already or very, very close to it. So we'll dump this as quickly as we can and try and keep up as best we can, but it's definitely going to be fighting a losing battle on that. All right, we have load number 2 here. Everything's trucking right along, moving very, very quickly. And I'm really, really happy with how things are going. Our yield is obviously staying very high. And we're going to get, honestly, probably 5, maybe 6 truckloads off this field. So yeah, very, very excited for that. All right, we are officially done combining our soybeans. We've got 930,715 liters, and it's almost 1 o'clock. The rain's supposed to be here about 2 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started on our corn, and hopefully we can get that field done that we started chopping in right away before this rain hits. And then when it starts raining, we'll go ahead and sell off all of the cattle we need to get sold off this month, and then wait for the rain to quit and hopefully get finished up sometime late tonight. So it's almost 2:30 in the afternoon and it's raining. So we're going to haul these 33 head of cattle down to the sale barn, get them sold off, and adjust the price accordingly. All right, we're down here at the sale barn, so we'll go ahead and get these 33 head sold off. Okay, and we need to take $54,141 off. So that brings us up to $195,960. Very, very happy with that beef sale there. Got a lot of head sold off here. So we're going to head back to the home place and wait around for this rain to quit so we can finish up our corn harvest. All right, it is now November. We did go ahead and finish up our corn harvest. It was very, very late into the night before we got it done. But we ended up with 1,223,969 liters, which converts over to 34,723 bushels. So we ended up with 930,715 liters of beans, which converts over to 26,403 bushels. Now, this is something we are not going to be selling for quite some time, as commodity prices have absolutely plummeted. We didn't make, and we're not going to make, any stock bales because those are down to $25 a bale. And honestly, fuel would cost more than, fuel and maintenance would cost more than what we're getting out of the bales. So there's no point. I have enough carryover from last year to get us through this next year with our corn stock bales. So there's no point in making any if we can't sell them. Alfalfa has plummeted as well. It is down to $80 a bale, which is a terrible, terrible price. So yet again, that's something we're not going to sell. So at the end of the century, the end of the 90s, the end of the millennium, everything was way, way down. Corn is currently selling at $1.65 a bushel. Beans are currently selling at $4.37 a bushel. And it's hard to make a profit at that. But I do believe I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode, and I'm going to call this a series. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed this series, as I have really, really enjoyed making it. It's been a lot of fun going back in time, looking up prices, looking up kind of the reason and causes of prices. Now, some of them are very, very difficult to find, especially in the early episodes in the early 90s. For whatever reason, seed prices have been almost impossible to track down. Not really sure why they keep those under wraps, but it's been tough. I've gotten most of my information from the Iowa State Extension Office website, and that's kind of what I've gone off of for commodity prices, animal prices, things such as that. But I hope this gave you guys a little insight into kind of what it was like being a farmer in the 90s, the struggles, and also how if you did play your cards right, you could make a crazy, crazy amount of money. And you can maybe understand why we have the mega farmers that we have today. The ones that did play it correctly, did do what they needed to do at the time to absolutely blow up their farms when land prices and machinery prices were honestly significantly lower, almost nothing compared to what they are today. But with that said, I hope you guys really, really enjoyed this series, and I will see you guys in the next one. So please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode.